Hi, I'm Dr. K, and in this video, I'm going to answer the question, why do some successful people, despite all their success in life, struggle to lose weight? And if this applies to you, at the end of the video, I'll also talk about the 4 things to do to solve this. And the reason I made this video is at my weight loss clinic, where I only see women over 40, many clients will tell me about their frustration that despite achievement in high-powered jobs, great relationships, amazing families, this is the one area of life, their weight, where they struggle. You'd think someone who knows how to succeed in the rest of their life can easily apply these success principles to make it work for losing weight. But they can't, which raises the question, how can this be possible? And also, how can it be such a common experience? I'm going to answer that now. To do so, let's imagine someone as an example. Let's call her Helen. Helen is a successful manager at a large multinational company. She has a loving husband and 2 beautiful children. Throughout her life, when Helen has wanted to achieve something, she simply puts her mind to it, makes a plan, and gets on with it. And yet, weight loss has thus far eluded her. But Helen is not going to give up. She's decided that she's definitely going to succeed this time. So Helen does extensive research and discovers the most highly rated diet she can find. She gives herself a 6-month deadline to get this done. And she figures that if she really focuses all her energies for the next 6 months, even if she doesn't get all the way there, she should be far enough along to have it figured out. On the following Sunday, Helen goes through her complicated meal plan, deciphers all the new recipes, does all the necessary shopping, cleaning, and prep of food, and 4 hours later has a fridge filled with labeled containers for her meals for the week ahead. She throws away all the chocolate she usually loves. She forbids herself from eating pasta, which she also loves, and tells her husband that for the next 6 months she wants to minimize extra unnecessary socializing. She doesn't mention the diet to her children, but seeing the fridge filled with plastic containers, they roll their eyes and mutter, "Mum's on a diet again." And so, as the diet starts, week by week, Helen keeps to the meal plan, denies herself any food indulgence, avoids social engagements, and remains focused on her goal. Fast forward 6 months of painful drudgery later, and success. She's lost the weight. Through sheer organizational prowess and determination, she has triumphed. It's an amazing moment. Finally, Helen has reached the goal she always dreamed of. What's the secret of her success? She's about to tell you, but then it all starts unraveling. First, it's a busy week at work, then children off from school for the summer, and finally it's a trip abroad with lots of extra eating and drinking. All of these undermine her eating and her weight. And pretty soon, not sure how it all deteriorated so quickly, Helen is back to where she started, plus an extra 2 pounds. But how? Helen did everything right and yet got nowhere. What has gone wrong? Helen's immediate go-to explanation is that she suffers from a severe, intractable case of lack of willpower and is therefore destined to never succeed with this. But this can't be it. Someone with the willpower to succeed in other areas of life, why would this be the only area that escaped it? The answer comes down to something that sounds deceptively simple, but is actually the foundation of all her struggles. I've seen it with many of my clients, and it may be the reason for your own struggles losing weight. It comes down to Helen solving the wrong problem. Helen was trying to figure out how to lose weight. But as I've seen with other clients, a better goal would have been how to lose weight and keep it off. What's the difference? Losing weight means doing whatever you can do to get to the goal. Losing weight and keeping it off, on the other hand, means doing something sustainable. And that's the key. If your only goal is to lose weight like Helen's was, you'll put up with shakes, fasting, no carbs, juicing, no socializing, locking yourself in a padded room because you only need to stick with it long enough to lose weight. But if your goal is to lose weight and keep it off, you have to think about life after the diet. After all, no one wants to drink shakes for the rest of their life. Well, no one normal. Now, many people do these extreme methods and then have a fantasy that they'll either be able to stick to it after that, or somehow a strategy called being careful or watching what I eat will be enough to maintain their weight long term. But as I said, that's a fantasy. What usually happens is that soon after stopping the extreme diet, the weight comes back. And do this enough times, you get totally exhausted with dieting, which is usually the point when clients turn up at my clinic. So Helen's strategy was perfect for achieving weight loss, but it was not perfect for maintaining it. Remember, weight loss is not successful unless it's long-term. So what should you do instead? Here's 4 things I've found work with my clients. 1. Focus on the right thing. Focus on losing weight and keeping it off. This means your priority in the short term is not losing weight. After all, you could lose 5 pounds in a week and gain it all back a week later. If sustainable weight loss is your goal, then your immediate focus should be on changing habits. What are the habits we're talking about? It will be things like emotional eating or after dinner snacking or using food as a reward or eating out of obligation. But if you change your habits, the things you do naturally will keep the weight off forever. 2. Faster is not better. With regular goals, the harder you push, the further you get, and the quicker you get your result. If you have a project due at work, for instance, and you work longer hours, up to a point your effort gets you more and faster progress. If you're training for a marathon, doing more running up to a point improves your performance. But these are all one-off goals. When it comes to sustainable weight loss, it's the opposite, because the thing you might double down on, depriving yourself, doesn't work in the long term. In fact, it backfires. The more you deprive yourself, the more you feel cravings for forbidden food, and the more likely you'll have binges because of these cravings. The more unpleasant the weight loss plan, the less likely you will stick to it for life. And remember, the only plan that will work for sustainable weight loss is one that you are willing to do forever. 3. Avoid deadlines. Deadlines are supposed to be great goal-setting advice. You may have heard the expression that a goal without a deadline is just a dream. But when it comes to sustainable weight loss, it's not the case. In fact, a better expression might be, deadlines are like poison for long-term weight loss. If you have a deadline to reach your goal in 3 months, you're going to be focused on the weight loss goal rather than life after reaching the goal. And so you're going to be tempted to do drastic, short-term things to get there. And short-term tactics lead to failure. But also, the other problem with a deadline is even if you're making good progress, if you're not going at the rate you feel you need to reach your deadline, you'll feel unnecessarily discouraged. As I say to my clients, no one ever loses weight as quickly as they want, mainly because everyone wants to lose weight immediately. So if you're thinking, I want to be at my goal before my beach holiday or before my birthday, yes, that would be nice, but ultimately by setting a deadline, your unrealistic expectations end up demoralizing you. 4. Harness your determination. Instead of using your natural determination to starve yourself, which doesn't work, harness your determination on what actually helps. And what I recommend for my clients is to become very focused on completing your food diary. If you keep an accurate food diary, writing down what you eat and drink, it will show you exactly where you're going wrong and what you need to change. It is not the only thing you need to do, but it is one of the most important, and it will help you to achieve your goal much faster than if you didn't. And if you want more help on keeping a food diary and mistakes to avoid, watch this video. And don't forget to subscribe.